Alright, in this CAD clip we're going to show you some really neat stuff about using the duct placeholder and then converting that to be ductwork and even then taking the ductwork itself and converting it to a different type of duct. So watch what happens. I've got three views open here. I've started with a mechanical template file. I have a level 1 mechanical and a level 2 mechanical, and I've already done a little bit of investigation on some height differences between the two. I've got a 3D view architectural file linked in there, and what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to take the actual architectural link and I'm going to turn it off in that 3D view. So I'm going to pick on here and say, okay, hide the element. So I don't need to necessarily see that in this view. I want to see it inside of here. So there's my little piece of mechanical equipment, my air handling unit, which is in here on the main floor. So I'm going to zoom in on my main floor. There's my mechanical room. Click in here. This is my second floor. Zoom into that same space, and that mechanical room, that ductwork coming off of that is going to come straight up through there. So what I'm going to do is use a placeholder, which basically draws a center line. It knows what type of duct it is, but it doesn't actually draw the elbows and the T's and the fittings and fixtures. It just draws it like a thread line that we convert to be ductwork. So watch what we can do. I'm going to zoom in on here. I'm going to pick on this air handling unit. I'm going to go to the connector for the top where the out ductwork comes from. I'm going to right click on there and I'm going to say draw duct placeholder. Click. And when I do that, it's automatically going to snap to that point and it's going to set an offset. This is really the top of the air handling unit. It's about, just under 4 feet above level 1. So watch what I'm going to do. You can see where I am in here. I'm going to go over to the offset here and I'm going to set this to be 21 feet. Enter, and that is up in the second floor ceiling space. That's where the 21 feet is. Note that I'm also specifying what type of duct it is. Even though I'm doing a placeholder, it still knows what type of duct it's going to convert to. After I put 21 feet in here, all I'm going to do is hit apply. Boom. And that's going to draw a vertical stem 21 feet up. That's all. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, and I'm not attached, it detaches me, but I'm still drawing duct placeholder. It just doesn't let me continue from there. So what I'm going to do is pick in here with my middle mouse button to make it current. There it is there coming up into the second floor. Watch. I'm going to pick on that connector. I'm going to drag down here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This is the corridor down inside of here. You can use my shift key to keep it nice and straight. And as I'm doing this, I should also point out that it's putting it at 9 feet above level 2. Okay, because I picked the end point of there, 21 feet off of level 1 is the equivalent of 9 feet off of level 2, which is where I am in this view. So I'm going to use my shift key and drag down, watch what's going on in the 3D view, and pick. Now I have that stem in there. Now I'm at 9 feet. I'm in that ceiling space of the second floor. I can drag down here and go click, and then I can penetrate into the room. Click. I'm still in the ceiling space. Pick in here. You can see what's going on in the 3D view, panning while I draw, and then pick. Escape, escape. And that is what is called a duct placeholder. If I pick in here and I hover over here, it's a duct placeholder. Now, the nice thing is, if I double click to open this up, I can now take that duct placeholder, hover over any segment, tab to pick it, click on all of those, and say convert to placeholder. It's going to remember what type of duct it was when I first drew it. You could specify the size and the type, and there it is. Pick out. Okay, from there I could go into here and add in some duct fittings and pick on here and say, okay, duct fittings. Scroll down and grab, rectangular T or something. Rectangular T right here. So I could go in now and proceed to adding in some different fittings that I want to tap off of. Okay. Escape, escape. It's automatically going to splice itself inside of there, and it's going to have all its little connectors and stuff, which is nice. Okay, and also as an added little value in a tool, I can hover over any segment here, tab to pick all of those, click, and then I can actually go in here and say, well, you know what, I don't want it to be rectangle type. I can say change type just like that, and then it allows me to go inside of here and say, oh, sorry, I want it to be, round duct taps and short radiuses, and then it's just going to go ahead and click on there, and now I have that inside of there. I lose all those little fittings in between. I'd have to go back and add them back in again by going duct fitting, and then in this case probably pick something that is a round T or something like that, a round cross as an example, and then I can pick on there, start to add those guys in, little connectors, escape, off you go. So duct placeholders, very good for the initial layout of your duct work, also with piping, and then convert them after the fact.